Memoir writers. I'm in week 5 of writing a memoir, and I was going to be posting twice a week, and I didn't post earlier. So I thought this was a good time to talk about what happens when you don't meet your writing goal. I have a goal of never missing 2 days in a row, and I was traveling for 2 days, and I was tired and I didn't write. And it's not missing the 2 days that's the problem. So that really kind of knocks you off your game. So I have to learn from that to, even if I'm tired, just write my minimum 400 words and don't skip, because it took me a little while to get back into things. So I've talked about this abstractly before, but I needed to take my own advice. So what I did is I changed my venue because I got off track. I didn't write for 2 days, and I sat down at the computer and the writing didn't go well. And I sort of like lost track of what I was doing, and the writing felt a little, I guess the word is empty. So I could have picked a coffee shop or could have picked a different room in the house, but I chose to go to the library. And then I got to the library, and a woman was talking on her phone at the library. And I should be able to overcome that, but I couldn't. But I looked around at the library for a quieter spot, and I saw they had some study rooms that were open. So the librarian said, "Sure, you can use a study room." I signed into one, closed the door, had no excuse not to work. And then I got to writing. First, I reviewed my structure again. What is the journey I'm on? What point am I on in this journey? And then I wrote. And today I realized that this chapter that I'm writing, I think is going to turn out very similar to a braided essay where I'm discussing one thing is happening and I'm discussing something else at the same time. It has another thematic thread to it. Now, one of the reasons that writers and memoirs sometimes say to me, like, "Oh, I don't know what my theme is. My theme isn't that important." But your theme is important, and then there are sub-themes. And sometimes they just pop out at you and they make the writing richer. So I have a sub-theme right now going on. I don't think it's going to be a major theme. In this chapter, it plays a bigger role, but I can bring it back in other places and it'll add meaning. A child, because when I was a child, um, I'm old enough that we had the TV went off the air at midnight, but we had one channel in the summer that played old movies from the 40s and the 50s. And the women didn't have to be good in some of those. They had, we had Betty Davis and Joan Crawford and other starlets that I learned from. And I realized that they did have an impact on me. And it was a way for it to become this sort of sub-theme that I can possibly use again in other chapters. So if you get off track and when you sit down to write, your things aren't going well, I would say switch it up. Change your writing time, change your location, go back and look at your structure, and you can get back on track. So look below for links if you're just starting a memoir and you'd like our free copy of 5 must-dos to begin your memoir. If you are further in or if you need some help, we have a great memoir course, the complete memoir course, and the links for that are below too. Happy writing!